Hi guys, this is my second episode of my Basingstoke series. We just come up to transfer deadline day, so there's a few transfers to go over. In fact, I've just realised we're in Conference South, so there is no transfer deadline day. I don't think. Let's scroll forward a little bit. No, doesn't look like there is. Okay, well that makes it a bit easier, but yes, 30th of August, so we have done a fair few transfers, and we haven't really got rid of many. I think we got rid of a couple. So we'll go through those first. Here we go. Excuse me. First one, young left back, Daniel Day, 20 years of age. He's a solid limited left back. He's not really offering much going forward, but like I said, he is solid defensively. He's going to do a job for us because the first season is just about consolidating our league position. I don't want to be one of those players or Football Manager who just go straight in, go for the big guns, try and get promoted, and if they don't, give up. This is a long-term save for me, if I don't get sacked, that is. And we are looking to get to the Premier League in time. If that happens, then great. If it doesn't, then we'll try again with a different team. But that's why I'm not going for a lot of big names, I'll say big names for this division, I should say. But yeah, he's not too bad. Decent mentals, physicals aren't too bad. Technicals could do with a lot of work, but they're useful at this level. As you can see, he's done pretty well so far. 4 games at a rating of 7. Next up, Luke Downs. Signed him. He got injured straight away. He isn't too bad. We do have a fair few strikers, but he offers something a bit different. The fact that he can actually dribble with the ball, which is one thing that we are lacking a little bit. Players who are actually decent on the ball. I mean, his technique's only 6, but he's got decent first touch, decent finishing, and decent dribbling. So he can do a job, especially with the flair as well. So maybe he create a few chances for other players, or take it round a few of the opposition and commit the defenders, that sort of thing. We'll just have to see how it goes. Like I said, he hasn't been able to play yet because he got injured pretty much straight away. Kari Ellis, I signed him on a non-contract deal. Realised he was shit and got rid of him. Pretty simple. Luke Eiffel, another one who's a useful player. He can play in a few different positions. But again, he got injured straight away. As you can see, he's not quite back to full fitness yet. And his match fitness is only 49% there, which is pretty awful. So he won't be playing for another probably week or 2 yet. Stick him in the other 21s for a game. But yeah, he's a solid player again. Playing a few positions. Can do a job in all of those positions as well. Probably not as much centre-back. But as a ball-winning midfielder in centre midfield and as a right-back, he could do a job. Next up, we have Nathan Battersby. Again, can play in a few different positions. Again, can do a job in all of them. Not so much left back because he can't use his left foot according to this. But he's a solid player. He's pretty tall, so he can play centre-back. Yet he's not the slowest. He's got 11 pace. And his crossing and dribbling isn't too bad for this division either for a full-back. So he can play at right-back if I need him to. And if worst comes to the worst, I can always put him as a left-back. So he's not too bad. We loaned Ellis Lentel. We loaned him in. And we're not paying anything in his wages. I mean, he's not the best. He is not the best at all. But considering he's effectively a free player, I just thought I might as well. It's an extra player in the club. We're not paying anything towards it, so we might as well just give it a go. If he plays, 10 games this season, gets a couple of assists, we've done well out of that deal. Next up, Jack Humphrey, loaned him in. He was crap, got rid of him. Simple as that. Anticipation of only 2, which means he can't intercept the ball to save his life. Tackling's only 6, heading's only 4, strength's only 5. He's useless. He is pretty much useless. We loaned in Robbie Parsons, again, a bit like the Ellis Lentil deal. We're not paying any of his wages. He's not that bad. If he plays 10 games, gets 2 or 3 goals, we've done pretty well out of him. So he could be useful. Jordan Palmer-Samuels is probably the most explosive player we've got in terms of pace, considering he's got 17 pace. 14 acceleration isn't great compared to the pace, but he's the kind of player who could come on with 25 minutes to go and just cause havoc against tired defenders just because of his pace. I mean, he can finish as well, and his dribbling isn't too bad. His composure's bad, only 4 here, as you can see. But again, he's just going to be a super sub. If he can reach 10 goals this season, I'll be very impressed. But he is a solid player for us. Next up, we have Richard Langley. This was by a director of football who I signed up as well not so long ago. But he's just a bit of experience because we've brought a lot of young players in. His mentals are solid at this level. They're all around 10, which isn't bad. Physicals are pretty bad, but his technicals, they're alright. Again, can play in a fair few positions relatively well. He is expensive on the wages. £200 a week is a fair bit for this level, but he's only here for a year, and I think he can do a job, to be honest. Like I said, he can play in so many positions. That's what I've looked for. I've looked for players who can play in several positions, so injuries aren't such a big deal, because we have had a fair few injuries so far. Next up, another young player, Liam McDevitt. Again, can play in 3 positions, right mid, right wing, and up front. Can probably do a job in all of them, to be fair. A young player, can grow a little bit. He's only on £20 a week, so we're not really losing much if he isn't that great. But yeah, he's probably just going to be a bit part player. Play if fitness isn't great or injuries occur or something like that. And lastly, Ifinyi Allen. A solid all-round winger. Again, can play both right and left. So he can play in multiple positions. He is on £400 a week, so he is probably my highest paid player. But I do rate this guy. I mean, he doesn't have many double-digit stats, but a lot of his stats are solid 8s, 9s and 10s, which is what you're looking for at this level, I think anyway. I may be wrong. If I am, you'll probably comment down below saying how much of a shits manager I am. But I'm learning. I haven't done a lower league save in a long time, so I'm getting to grips with it again. As you can see, he scored in his debut, got him on a free from Barnet, I think it was. So he's a decent signing. Players out, Kerry Harris, you've already mentioned, and George Hallahan. I may have been a bit hasty in releasing him, but he was on about £80 a week, and I needed to free up some funds for one of my signings. I can't remember which one it was. And I just, considering my assistant manager thinks he's a ball-winning midfielder, and his tackling's 2, and his position is 1 and anticipation 5, I just don't see it. His physicals aren't too bad, but everything else are pretty poor. So we just moved him on, and I doubt it'll probably just be one of those players who just falls out of the game, to be honest. So yeah, that's the transfers so far. A few more are still, I wouldn't say in the pipeline, but I've got my eye on a couple of players, but I'm already over my budget by £1,000. As you can see, I tried getting this guy. I tried being cheeky and putting in £10,000 after 50 league appearances, but they said no. They wanted £200,000, I think it was, after 50 league appearances, and there's no way I could afford that. That would cripple the club financially. So I just pulled out of that one. But because he is a solid player, to be fair, but I just can't risk. If we don't get promoted, we're not going to have that kind of money. Even if we get promoted, I don't think we'll have that kind of money floating about. As you can see, the finances, whilst they're in pretty decent shape now, 94,000. We've already lost, I think it's like 20,000 this year, and we're only a month and a half in, and we're predicted to be £200,000 in negative come the end of the season. So I need to work my magic in terms of negotiating new contracts for our players in January. But yes, moving on to the fixtures, we've done, I think it's 5 league games. Let's have a look. Indeed we have, plus the friendlies. In the under-21s, I made the mistake of allowing my players play for the under-21s because they were knackered. It just didn't twig inside my head that we were playing them, so I had to play my under-21s for me against my full team. So I lost my full team effectively. I did it the wrong way round. But that doesn't really matter, it's just an inter-squad game. Next up, we beat Walton and Hersham 1-0. Ryan Case, I have no idea who that guy is. Okay, he's a solid little player. I might even promote him up to the first team, as I do need a defender or two. Anyway, yes, we beat Leatherhead 1-0. Manny Williams with a penalty. As you can see, 2 injuries. Did we get one in that one? A knock there. Exeter 0-0, which is actually a decent result because they're in League 2. And the Bristol City under-21s, we beat 2-0, again another knock. So that put us in a pretty decent shape because it was a decent pre-season. The only game we lost was against ourselves. So the first game of the league season, we beat Hemel Hempstead 3-0, which is a good result. We dominated from start to finish. As you can see, they actually had 2 guys sent off, so they're down to 9 men. But even in the first 18 minutes before Matty Harriott got sent off, we dominated. We had like 3 clear-cut chances in that time. But yeah, he got sent off, and that just killed the game off completely. Jade Gaston scored quite soon after, and just after half-time, James Brighton got sent off. And then we took a while to get going. The second half was a bit of a damp squib, to be honest. But then towards the end, I think their players just got knackered out because they only had 8 outfield players at that point. So our players just passed it around because I put it on attacking but retain possession. So we're looking to get the ball forward, but we will keep the ball if we can't go forward, sort of thing. And we just kind of knackered them out, just passing it around them. And we came up trumps in the end and got 2 late goals through Lloyd Macklin and Manny Williams. Next up, against Bath away from home. This was 3 days later, so all of my players were knackered, but we put up a fight still. Lost 4-2, but the game was fairly even, to be honest. If we look at the stats here, there you go. We had 1 less shot, but 10% more possession. I think in clear-cut chances, I think we had 4, and they had either 2 or 3. I can't remember which one. But as you can see by our conditioning, our players were dead come the end of the game. It was bad. I had to play so many players in a position where they're only yellow. You know, when you put them in a position as the star, then the green circle around them, that sort of thing. They were only yellow because I couldn't, especially in defence. I have 4 or 5 centre backs, 3 were injured, and 2 were unfit. And I had to play 1 that was unfit, and Jamie Brown, who is only a light green there, and his defensive stats, in terms of out-and-out defensiveness, like tackling, marking, are not great. So I wasn't surprised that we conceded 4, but I was pleased that we managed to match them, especially as our players could barely run towards the end. So I wasn't too disappointed with the result, especially as 1 of them was an own goal as well. Next up, against Bromley, as you can see, 3 more injuries. I think we had 1 in this game as well. Okay, maybe not. But yeah, 3 more injuries. But still, we put up a fight again. Bromley are one of the favourites to go up. And we only lost 1-0. As you can see, we had a fairly even amount of possession, but they just did a lot more with it. We just couldn't create chances, which was disappointing to see, but I was pleased that we at least matched them in terms of the midfield. Like I said, they're one of the favourites to go up. We had just predicted to finish, I think it's something like 14th or something like that. So we're just your average run-of-the-mill team. So to match them away from home, I wasn't too disappointed. Next game against Hayes and Yeading was a good victory. 2-0. Jay Gasson, who's got a couple of goals this season, and Chris Flood scoring a goal in his debut, I think it was. But then another injury, and it was to Chris Flood, who's actually a very solid player for this level. I do like him a lot. Okay, it wasn't his debut, I was wrong. But yeah, he's out for 2 to 3 months with fractured ribs. So, yeah, it's not going well for injuries. But yeah, we dominated the game, I'm pretty sure. They had more of the ball, but we had 3 times their shots, and they didn't have a single shot on target. So we did well there. And then lastly, against Farnborough, I was actually disappointed with this because they were predicted to finish bottom, I think it is. Especially as we took the lead through Affinyi Allen on his debut. We had double their shots. I don't think they had a clear-cut chance apart from the penalty. I think we had 3, but we just couldn't finish. Again, possession was about the same, so we're matching teams away from home, which is good to see. But I'm just disappointed we didn't win. We deserved to win. We played it well enough to win, and we should have won on paper as well. Just we couldn't finish our chances, which is disappointing. So today, in the last episode I mentioned it, the live com will either be against Ebbsfleet or Bishop Stortford, depending on which one of those two teams is doing best. It is Ebbsfleet, and again, they are one of the favourites to go up. In fact, I think they're predicted to finish top, actually. It's either them or someone else, obviously. But yeah, we're facing them today. As you can see, we're 8th in the league, which actually, come the end of the season, if we got offered 8th place, I would take it, to be honest, as it proves that we're just outside the playoffs, and that we are a decent team. There's me saying Bromley are actually favourites to go up. They're 18th. Oh, another thing. Has a team this season in the Conference South gone out of business or something? Because there's only 21 teams. I'm sure there's meant to be 22. So I'm guessing a team's gone out of business or something, or I'm just completely wrong. Actually, if we look at the Conference North, yeah, there's 22 there. So I'm guessing one of the Conference South teams gone out of business or something, and they've just gone out of the division. So if anyone knows who they are, please let me know, because I want to know who it is, because it's weird. But it does free up 2 games this season that our players can rest in, I suppose. But we're absolutely, they're 3rd. Okay, this is going to be a pretty tricky game, but we are at home, so I'm fancying my chances of at least getting a draw. Okay, let's go into match preview. team selection. They're going to play a 4-5-1 apparently. That's what my chief scout says. So let's get straight into it. Team selection. This is the formation I've tried sticking with. I have made a few changes here and there. As you can see, I tried selling Nathan Smart, seeing if I could get a few grand for him, but no one's interested. And to be honest, I need to keep him now, so I'm going to take him off the transfer list. So let's take him off. There we go. Okay, yeah, this is the kind of formation I'm playing. I have made a few slight changes since I first made it, just to accommodate injuries. But at the minute, we are mostly injury-free. Luke Ifield's almost fit. Chris Flood, as you saw a minute ago, it's out for a while. But yeah, I was originally just simply playing that, and then adjusting throughout the game as and when I need to. But at the minute, this has done us well for the last couple of games. We won one and drew one since I've done this formation. It's a bit more attacking, and I have gone off counter to control. I'm having to play Smart as a wing-back attack purely because that's the only role he can play as a full-back relatively well. Everything else he's pretty awful at. But Robbie Rice is back, which is good to see, and his conditioning is 89, which isn't too bad. I am going to play him just purely because he's that much better. We are going to put him as a full-back on support. What else we got here? I think that'll do. Lloyd Macklin can come on the bench to Louis Saws, actually. And yes, that'll do for this game. Although Alan's pretty knackered, so we're going to have to put Macklin into the team, actually. And centre-backs are knackered, but David Ray is also knackered. This is what I mean, centre-backs are... I'm a bit in short supply right now. And... okay, what's Robbie Rice's... how tall is he? Oh, he's not tall enough to be a centre-back. That's about 5'9", 5'10", I think. That's nowhere near tall enough. Okay. But yeah, these are the structures I've got. I'm actually going to take that off. I thought I already had. That's the instructions I've got. Most of you probably think I'm wrong in doing so, but my mentality is literally kind of like Liverpool in real life when they had Suarez, Sterling and Sturridge. Compared to when we don't have the ball, then when we do have the ball, get it forward quickly. That is what I'm trying to do, as we have a very good technical player up front, who's kind of like he's effectively my Suarez. He's a very good technical player, good dribbling, good long shots, and good technique. Obviously, good flair. Composure's not too bad, and his physicals are pretty solid and well-rounded. It says here he should be a poacher, but I like him as an advanced forward, to be honest, because a poacher means you got to have good finishing, and his finishing isn't the best. But yes, this is the formation I'm going to go with. I would normally play Chris Flood where Pat Cox is, but obviously he's injured, so this is the team. So, let's get in with it. Submit team. This could go either really well or really bad. There will not be an in-between. Yeah, they are doing the 4-5-1 that it predicted. My formation is pretty much identical, just a bit more defensive. In the terms of, I've actually got a CDM, they've got 2 CDMs. Is that Mark Gower? He's played for Swansea. Bloody hell, he's gone downhill quick, hasn't he? Okay. Charlie Sheringham, Teddy Sheringham's son. He's played for Bournemouth. Yeah, indeed he did. Oh yeah, as you saw there. Oh no, wrong one. There we go. AFC Wimbledon are highlighted in blue because they are my parent club, as are Reading. Neither of them are giving me any youth players to loan, so that was a load of rubbish and a waste of time, to be honest. But hey ho. Apply advice team. Show on to weaker foot for these. I like to put attacking players on weaker foot. Yeah, that'll do. Continue to team talk. Come, let's give the fans something to cheer. That couldn't go more worse. Right, we recovered a little bit there. Anyway, start match. Let's see how this goes. We'll try the 3D match engine at first. If it starts flickering in the video or whatever, the next video we'll just go on to 2D Classic. They're already on the attack, but we've cleaned up all the danger there. My keeper, is a very decent young keeper on loan. I think he's on loan from Reading, but he was already here before I joined the club, so he wasn't one that I loaned in from my parent club. He was already here, and they look like they're dominating the early exchanges. They had 68% possession, and this is going to end in a goal, isn't it? It's a proper goal mouth scramble here. What the hell is going on? It is a goal kick. That was mental. Pinball in the box. Okay, if we can escape with a draw after the start, I'll be happy. Our passing completion is only 56%. That's atrociously bad. And again, looks like there's another highlight for them. Charlie Shang was on the ball. He's cutting inside, but Rice tackles him pretty nicely. That's nicely done. Pat Cox, good ball forward to Enver Miram. He's gone for goal, and it's been deflected for a corner. Right, corners are overpowered in this game. Let's make the most of it. James Harper used to play for Reading himself back in the day. Whips it in. It's half cleared by Gower. Harper. Oh, that's useless. That is absolutely useless. That's our first highlight. It wouldn't surprise me if it's our only highlight of the half so far, as they're through on goal and it is a poor attempt and Moore should have actually held it. But corners, like I said, they're overpowered. He whips it in and it's headed behind by Pat Cox actually, so it's another corner. We haven't got rid of the ball yet. He whips it in again. Pat Cox heads it the right way this time. Dunn picks up the ball, hoofs it forward. Enver Miram wins it and gives it back to Macklin, which is good stuff. And then he does that. Don't know if that was if he heavy touched a dribble or if it was a pass or what, but it wasn't great. I agree with that. I don't agree with the high crossing, saying our strikers can't head the ball that well. Ooh, just before half time, let's get a goal. Enver Miram, cross it in. Oh, Macklin, he should have got there. Oh, his bravery must be really low. He literally he pulled out. Harper whips it in. Battersby, Gasson. It's another scramble, but we can't score. We've actually played pretty well. After a slow start, we've recovered nicely, and we are matching them again. Tell the players to get the heads up. I'm actually quite pleased with how we're performing so far. Team talks are a fucking disgrace. My team just don't react to anything. Is it because my reputation's so low? Because I did put it as low as possible. That's just gone out of play. I think this is just that's just a kick-off. Oh no, corner, goal. No, decent save by Moore. Was in a good position to react to where the ball was going to go. We'll close him down, even though I thought we already was. Well, this second half's been poor so far. Although saying that, the highlight has just started. Let's see what happens. Enver Miram picks up the ball. Macklin's getting there. There's no one in the box. There is no one in the box. That's disappointing to see. We're at home. Should be committing men forward. Alright, 70 minutes gone. Time to make a change. We're going to bring Palmer Samuels on for his pace as a poacher. His direct passing's already on, so hopefully we can play balls over the top and he can run onto them. His only goal so far was actually that. Jay Gasson with a free kick from fully 40 yards. It's gone miles over. The keeper, for some reason, dived. One for the cameras. Okay, let's see. Pat Cox. That's a poor ball. Good idea, but poor execution. Mark Gower. Oh no! Don't let them concede. Don't let us concede now. Not with just over 10 minutes to Kedwell. Oh no! I knew that was coming. Oh, I mean, it's a decent finish, to be fair. It is a very decent finish. Right, okay, pause the game. I don't like losing. If we're going to lose, go out with style. Go route one, exploit the flanks, much higher tempo, take more risks, more discipline. No, more expressive, sorry. Right defence, shoot on sight. Play narrow, drop deeper. Don't want to be hit over the top myself. Roam from positions. Pass into space. I'm literally getting every attacking option going. Like I said, if we're going to go out with style. We'll now go to advanced tactics. I probably should have all done this in one go. Affinyi, Allen can go on for Jenkinson. What we're going to do is this. Stick him up top like that. As a defensive forward but on support. So that way he'll run about, hopefully create the space, roll the defenders out for Palmer Samuels to go over the top, is my thought. I don't know if the game works like that, but that's what I'd do in real life if I was a manager. Here we go. Okay. He pumps it forward, which is... Oh, no. The gap's midfield already been exploited. That's not what I wanted to see, but Harper picks it up. Well done. You can't see the ball right now, which is good. There we go. Done. He's cutting inside. That's a poor cross, but Harper picks it up. Oh, my God. He sliced it. And I think that... Oh, no. Still going. Oh, it's a penalty for no reason. Okay, I have no idea what just happened. We got a penalty. Come on, do not miss. 5 minutes to go. Let's get a point against Ebbsfleet. They are a good team. Robbie Rice, don't let me down. It's a solid penalty right in the bottom corner. No one's saving that. This is good stuff. I'm going to keep it on. I'm going to keep it on this. They cannot live with us right now. Macaulay free kick was poor, but he picks it up again. Robbie Rice pumps it forward. Alan's going to pick it up. It's a poor cross. Robbie Rice, he's gone for goal. That was a very good effort. Done again. Is that Daniel Day? Oh, that's a poor effort. Pretty much pass it to the keeper. Yeah, keeper, have it back. Right, we're being overrun in midfield apparently, but we're dominating the game. We're creating so many chances. Pat Cox, Macaulay, dropping deeper from striker, which is what I wanted. That's a fantastic ball. Alan, oh, he's offside. I had a feeling he was, but my hope's still raised. Oh no, here we go. The one chance they get, I bet you they score. Kedwell, no, it's a simple save for Moore. These last 10 minutes have been very, very interesting. Oh, hello, Pat Cox, Alan. Oh, bad touch. Oh, come on, corner, last minute. Harper whips it in. It's cleared. Come back to Dunn. He's gone for goal. Oh, straight at the keeper. That'll probably be that. He's going to time waste now. Indeed, he is. They're settling for the draw. Have we got chance for one more? We might do. Oh, he's offside, isn't he? If he's not, he should have left it for Alan. Alan could have got there as well. Ah. Come on, there we go. There, that'll be it. Oh, it's a corner. Oh, I thought it was just a really bad shot. Oh, no. No. Please, no. Please, no. This has been a really good performance so far. It's a poor corner, and there we go. So, 1-1 against Ebbsfleet. In a way, I'm happy, because Ebbsfleet, like I said, they're a good team. And I did say at the beginning of the game, I can see a draw happening, and I'll take a draw. I'm pretty sure I did. If not, I thought it. But... yeah, I'm disappointed that we created a lot of chances, especially in the last 10-15 minutes. So in a way, I'm disappointed not to win. They're finally a good team talk. Our players are knackered again. They've played their heart out today. As you can see, a very even game. We had a bit more possession, but shots on target were the same. I think clear-cut chances. I think we both had 2 or 3. So it was a very close game. And we'll leave the match. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Like I said, I'm a bit disappointed that we didn't finish one of our chances towards the end, but a draw is not a bad result. Especially as they scored quite late on through Danny Kedwell. So yes, where are we going now? Let's go look at the news. Okay, no press conference, which is good because they bore the living shit out of me. So let's look at the league. Okay, we maintain our mid-table position. We was 8th, we've fallen down to 10th. But we did gain a point against a very good team. Our defence is actually remaining relatively solid, conceded only 7 in 6. So we can maintain that for a while. Then who knows what we can do, because we do seem to be able to score goals when we need to. We don't score loads, but we score when we need to. Next up, we're facing Bishop Stortford. Where are they? They are down in 17th. Okay, so that's the game we could be winning. It is in a week's time, so there's actually a decent rest, which is good to see. So let's look at the schedule. We have a fair few games in October, so I don't know when I'm going to come back with you, to be honest. Because I'm the kind of person who would say, yeah, I'll come back at, say, the Bromley game. I'll come back there, and then I'll forget. I'll play it, and I'll go down to Gosport or Sutton United here, and then think, oh shit, I didn't make a video. So I'll make a rushed video there that's covering all these games, literally mentioning nothing about each, just saying, yeah, I won that one, lost that one, and it just feels rushed and it's a crap video and everyone dislikes it and my life would be ruined. So yeah, I'm just going to say I'll be back at some point around October. I imagine it'd be towards the end, so it'll be, I imagine, between Whitehawk, Wealdstone and Bromley. So one of these 3 games, I imagine, I'll be back for, and then we'll just see how it goes from there. So, I think we're coming to the end of the video now. Leave a like for a very good performance, in my opinion, and hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.